everyone. I'm so excited to welcome Clifford Mayo, and he is the author of So You Want to Work in Mental Health: The Good, the Bad, and the Unforgettable. Clifford, can you share with us a little bit about your book?
Absolutely. So my book, So You Want to Work in Mental Health, The Good, the Bad, and the Unforgettable, in its most simplistic form, it's a memoir of my 10 years working in community mental health. However, I used proper stories
Mhm.
and I made sure to change as much as I needed to protect the identity of my clients.
Hmm.
These stories, while they're roughly about me, I wanted this to be more about the people that work in this field.
Mhm.
I wanted to shine a light on how much people in this field work and how much they go through, the emotional tolls that they go through, and how much that they have to just have the utmost resilience in making sure that they stand firm and still be able to help as many people as they can. My book comes with a lot of moments that are really heavy, some really strangely funny stories, and some that are really deeply moving that I feel could potentially bring out the same emotions for the readers as it did for me as writing it. A lot of this book, I probably shared more tears along with anything in this book. Of course, you can't see them on the page, but I promise you my copies all have them on it.
Yeah, I bet you have a ton of stories. And, this is such an important field, especially right now, with all the mental health issues that people are dealing with. And I know that the clinicians and everyone that works in this field, I'm sure that it's very emotionally draining, and I'm sure there's just so much that goes into it. So I love that you're telling these stories. Clifford, what was your inspiration for writing the book?
Originally, my inspiration was honestly just my own processing.
Mhm.
It started as just a journaling way, a way for me to process the things I had been through. After I had left direct care and moved into state admin, I had felt a lot of guilt about leaving. I
Mm.
had, questioned whether or not leaving and feeling like I abandoned my clients. It all kind of just swelled into me as one big guilt. And my wife suggested, why don't you journal?
Yeah.
Journal, write these things down. In the same way you would tell them to people, don't hide anything, don't hide the emotions, just put it all in there. Your emotions, your thoughts, everything. As I started writing, I started realizing I was having so much fun writing it. And then I connected with some other therapists and other mental health workers on social media. And I started noticing that a lot of them had the same feelings, same stories I did. They had the same outlooks on the field, looking like, I really love this field, but I don't know how to stay. I don't know how to work through this.
Yeah.
So that sparked my what do I want to call it? Ambition and my advocacy to show the world what it is we actually do,
Mm.
that we don't just sit there and listen, that there's so much more that we do and so much more that we give, so the world actually sees what it is as a mental health worker we do for people.
Wow. Yeah, I think that there are so many other people who work in this field that are really going to connect with this book and that are going to really relate to these stories. And also, like you said, it's super interesting for people who don't work in the field as well to see exactly what it is that you guys do and what you go through. So, yeah, Clifford, is there anything else you can share about the book or messages within the book or even about yourself?
Absolutely. And before I do that, I'd really like to point out you had mentioned how people who don't work in this field and how they can relate to the book as well. I want to make sure people understand that this book is not theory. This book is not written in clinical jargon. This book is written as if I'm having a conversation with you on the streets and letting you know what happened, telling a story in a way a story should be told. It is
Yes.
not clinical jargon. Everybody will understand it just fine. What I'd really like to share about this book is that it's not just about me. It's about all of us who have worked in mental health. Writing it became a way for me to honor the shared struggles and triumphs of people that work in this field. The ones who often feel unseen while caring so much, the ones who go home and they wish that they had found a different job because they go home and they just cry. My hope is that readers recognize themselves in the pages, whether they're professionals, students, or simply people who care about people with mental health or want to learn just how people in mental health work. As for me, I see myself as both a counselor and a storyteller, someone committed to shining the light on the resilience and humanity that keep us going. This book is my way of saying to the people around me and that work with me and that in this field, your work matters, your story matters, and you are not the only one in it.
Thank you so much, Clifford, for sharing, and thank you so much for the work that you do. For anybody who's interested in picking up a copy, again, it's Clifford Mayo, and the title is So You Want to Work in Mental Health: The Good, the Bad, and the Unforgettable. You can get it on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, and Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you so much for being with us today, Clifford.
Thank you for having me.